We are now doing a study that addresses the global values of fisheries, recreation, tourism, and shoreline protection. The results of this analysis have just been finalized, have just been produced. But what this kind of analysis show using different methodologies is that some areas really have very, very high values in which we want to focus our effort on, and that has some implications for policies in terms of, let's say in the case of fisheries, where the benefits go and where whether local people are getting those benefits. Valuation remains a fairly controversial issue, as you all know, but one that is extremely necessary because when you make decisions, you really rely on information. There's no perfect information, there is no perfect world, but you really have to have a minimum amount of information. So we do valuation at a global level to have a good picture of how, what the main areas, and oftentimes we delve into some specific areas to look, some specific countries to see, what the values are for the local economy. But the main point of this is just to tell you that this is all very well and interesting, but, what is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal of a valuation exercise? It's decision making. And how do you go about, what kind of information and what kind of decision making, what kind of indicators can help us to really incorporate the natural capital values into these indicators that are more widely accepted. We economists, ecologists, we often provide single, point site analysis or global analysis that I just described, but they remain they remain a study that was done that showed the value of these ecosystem services provided by that biome is such. The challenge now is how to move on into this macroeconomic indicator that will tell you that the natural capital values need to be incorporated, so we get more and more aware of how resources are being degraded, and we get more and more aware of our dependence on natural capital. A couple of years ago, a colleague and I did a review of our initiatives on ecosystem services and payment for ecosystem services schemes around the world. And we really found some very interesting lessons and insights from our portfolio. First, we really realized that we really need more science. We really, many of the schemes that you come across are, a lot of them are based on assumption. You see that in the literature. So you really need to address more, the issues of provision, benefits, additionality, and we certainly hope that the exercise we did can shed light into that. We need more spatially explicit tools. I think they are becoming more and more available, but they're still fairly sophisticated and fairly complex. We need to make sure that we can, using those tools, convey the message in a clear, compelling way, with the robust science that we want to see, but in a way that allows for the impact to be more easily observed. We need to really care and address socioeconomic and ecological context. I think we as scientists, we very much focus on the biophysical and the economic side, but not so much on the social. I think participatory approaches have proven to be critical.